Hey guys. Welcome guys. I haven't seen any comments yet. We have Bernard. Hey Bernard. Hey going. Hey Scorpio Phoenix. Oh, thank you. What time is it in Perth? Are you guys like 5 hours behind or something? Why am I struggling to talk tonight? There's something going on energetically. Okay. That's good. 4:49. Okay. Oh no, not exactly 5 hours. So it's 7:49 here. I think the daylight saving kind of throws it off a little bit, right? Okay, so who wants a free message? Nadine thinks I can't speak because of the moon. Very possible. I don't know when Mercury retrograde happens next. Does anyone know? It's so muggy here in Sydney at the moment. I don't know what the temperature is, but it feels like 35 degrees. We have some cloud cover and it makes it very humid. Hey Mark, nice to see you. I hope you had a nice weekend. Hi Joel. Okay, Joel wants a message. Let's see what card you get, Joel. What's in Joel's energy right now, please? Ooh, that makes sense. Okay, we're already in Mercury shadow. Thanks, Scorpio Phoenix. That really makes a lot of sense. As soon as Mercury goes into shadow or goes retrograde, I get tongue-tied and I can't string sentences together. It's really annoying. All right, so Joel. Okay, you're overcoming something, because I was seeing transcending. So maybe there's some challenges that you are working through at the moment, and whatever the case may be, you've got truth is on your side. So I don't know if you've been in conflict or people have been misconstruing you or using deception. But I feel like the truth is going to prevail and you will be overcoming whatever challenges you've been facing, okay? Hey, Ocean from Italy. Let me just see, Joel, what this is. I'm going to use the spirit messages. I don't normally use that deck, so... Hey, Angelica. Hope you're doing well. All right, angels and spirit, please show me, what does Joel need to see? What does Joel need to see, please, spirit? What does Joel need to see? If you find yourself stuck in a situation you're unhappy with, ask yourself why you're still there. Now remember, you got the Transcendence card, so you do have the ability to move out of a situation that's not ideal. So ask yourself, are you holding yourself back because of fear of the unknown? Leaving toxic situations or people can be the best thing that you could do for your soul and your spirit. Be fierce. Oh, thank you so much. Angelica, I think it's because I went to a wedding on the weekend and I still have fake tan on, and whenever I pair black outfits with fake tan, it looks nice. So just a little tip. Scorpio Bernard at the Regal is a Virgo. What does that mean? Scorpio Phoenix wants a message. Okay, let's have a look. We're going to use this deck it's the Time Traveler's Oracle that I don't normally use, but it's pretty cool. I like the artwork on it. So what does Scorpio Phoenix need to see, please, Spirit? What does Scorpio Phoenix need to see? What does Scorpio Phoenix need to see, please, Spirit? Thank you. Oh, you've got adventure. So maybe you need to plan a trip if you're not already planning a trip. I also want to get one more for you, Scorpio Phoenix. Hey Geeta, nice to see you. Oh, why am I struggling to talk? It's probably because I'm really hot as well at the moment. I've got the aircon pumping, but does anyone do this crazy thing when you've got the cleaners coming to your house and you want to make sure everything's away, and so you make your house clean before the cleaners come? That's what I've been doing. So let's see, Scorpio Phoenix. What do we have for Scorpio Phoenix, please, Spirit? You got planning. So they want you to plan this trip, okay? Make sure you do plan well, because where I cut the deck, you did get chaos. So to mitigate any, mishaps on this trip, I want you to be really meticulous with your planning, okay? Yeah, Joel cleans first as well. Oh, okay, would love to see family in Melbourne, Sydney and Central Coast. Maybe you could get everyone together, like in the one location all at once. Okay, Nadine says, you gave me a reading about me changing jobs. It was spot on. I've since changed jobs and I wasn't even nervous about the process. Oh, good. I'm so happy. Thank you for the update. Hi, Lindsay. Okay. Let's see. Let's get a collective message for everyone. I'm going to use the Shadow Darkness deck since we are in Mercury shadow. Okay. So this is for everyone watching. This is the collective energies. So, Spirit, what do we need to see most right now? Heading into Mercury retrograde. What do we need to see, please, Spirit? What do we need to see? What is the message? Hi, Manisha. Introspection. Okay, this is good. So yes, Mercury retrograde can be topsy-turvy and we can be more prone to accidents and injuries and misunderstandings. It does serve a good purpose in some ways. So when the planet of communication is moving in a backwards motion, it's a good time to put your life in review, okay? So that's why you've got this card, introspection. It's talking about mindfulness and inner knowing. So maybe it's time to go within, check in with yourself. What's not working in your life? What adjustments might you make once Mercury goes direct? It's not a good time to start anything new when Mercury's in retrograde. So just think about what changes you want to implement, but wait till Mercury goes direct in about 2.5, 3 weeks time. Because when we make major decisions, when Mercury's in retrograde, we tend to go back on them. So it's a good time to plan and think about it before actually instigating it, okay? So let me just read this out. It says, in order to uncover the answers you seek, consider taking a break from your routine and regular activities. Try to discover your inner wisdom with peace and solitude, okay? So hopefully that helps. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Angelica. I really appreciate you both. Okay, so welcome to Xanadu. You know what? I actually forgot to put my PayPal link in the description box. So I think today we'll just do super chats for anyone who wants a detailed reading. But I'll quickly look at this question. I fear he still has romantic feelings for me and I only want to be friends. Okay, let's have a look what Spirit wants you to see about this situation. How does Nikki feel? I feel like he does harbour secret feelings because the Knight of Cups has come out in the reverse position. So the Knight of Cups we know means romantic gestures, romantic feelings, and he's carrying them in secret, and it's a bit of a burden for him, okay? You know intuitively how he feels, okay, High Priestess, that this is your inner knowing, but this is also him keeping them a secret because the High Priestess, you know, governs secrets. So let's see why this is going on. What is it meant to teach you? What is the purpose of this? Has anyone been seeing crazy numbers lately, like number sequences? Today I saw 222, 333. I was seeing all of the angel numbers. Okay, interesting. You got to prepare you for what's ahead. So I feel like you know that he's eventually going to confess these romantic feelings for you, maybe hoping that attraction had grown on your behalf, which we know it hasn't, but at least you're aware that he's harboring these feelings, and at least you can prepare a response. Like, think about what your desired outcome is going to be when he comes clean about his feelings. Do you want to preserve the friendship? Do you want to keep him at arm's length because it's making you feel uncomfortable? Maybe you want to consult ChatGPT to come up with a sensitive reply, okay? I think someone just PayPal'd me, even though I didn't leave my PayPal link in the description, which was a bit silly. Let me just check who it is. I'm not excited, I won't lie, I'm not excited that we're about to go into Mercury retrograde because we all know it's just a pain in the bum. But just be careful on the roads, people, and save your work as well, because your computer will likely crash. Technology goes a bit haywire, so just be prepared for that, okay? Oh, it's Christina. Hey, Christina. So let's have a look. What Christina's question for me is, I'll just wait for Christina. I'm going to pull a card from the Time Traveler's deck while we wait for Christina's question. I think it's going to be a month ahead reading. So let's see. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what does Christina need to see? What is coming up for Christina? What's coming up for Christina, please, Spirit? Stability, I like this. Okay, so this could be more financial security coming in for you. This could be you laying down roots, moving, I'm not sure. But stability is about a strong foundation, feeling grounded. So, Angels and Spirit, please show me, what can Christina look forward to? What's coming up for Christina? Life force energy. So I feel like you're going to be more vital. You know, you're going to have more energy to complete things and get things done. If you've been in ill health recently, I feel like you're recovered and your energy is coming back. What costume prefer Tommy on World Book Day? Oh, that's interesting. Let me ask. There's a deck that would be really good for that question. Angels and Spirit, please show me. Hey Maria from Australia. Hang on, where is Christina's? I think Angelica accidentally deleted your question, but that's okay. Since it's World Book Day, I'm going to use the Bibliophile Oracle deck, which is for book lovers. That's what bibliophile means, if you didn't know. And there's that deck I wanted to get. Just bear with me one moment while I get myself organised. Oh, now it's that deck is missing. That's okay, we will work with what we have here. Interesting, because I use that deck all the time and now it's hiding. Angels in Spirit, please show me. What costume does Tommy want to wear for World Book Day, please? Oh, I found it. Okay, I love it when Spirit helps me locate stuff, because like if you saw my desk, it's got hundreds of cards on it. Ooh, I feel like he wants to be a villain. We've got the antagonist. So I'm getting a villain. Whatever this book is, I feel like there's a sequel to it. So it could be like a, what do you call it? Like a saga. What do you call it when there's like multiple books? With the resolution, I feel like he's the ultimate villain. It could be that the last book in the series features this villain. Show me, what does Tommy want to dress up as, please? Okay, so I feel like this villain might have like a bit of a cape and a hood, or, you know, like this person here might have a beard. They might be concealed by, you know, like a garb, some kind of dress. I don't know. Does that make any sense to you? Let me know if that makes any sense. Now, I don't know why, but I'm getting in my mind's eye, what did Heath Ledger play in Batman? Is it? Because I don't watch those types of shows. Is he into that? Because we've got the Joker with this card here, and I was kind of getting that impression with this card. Like, let me find it. Where did I put the bibliophile deck? Did he do something with like puppet? I don't know. Does that make any sense? Can I share your email? Oh, thank you, Mark. Yeah, that'd be great. That would be so helpful. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Isaac's here. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Look, I'm not surprised by mean comments. They're like water up a duck's back. They can just say what they want, really. I've got two really good moderators, but thanks guys for defending me. I really appreciate it. Just struggling tonight with the Mercury retrograde energies that I'm picking up on. But look, people will say what they say, and I feel sorry for them. They need to go get a life, really. So even my cards are hiding from me tonight, so I don't know what's going on. So let me know, Christina, if he's a fan of the Joker, let me know. He's non-verbal. Yeah, I know. But does he like that movie? Let me know if that makes sense. Thank you, Fiona. You're welcome. Maybe just show him a photo on your phone of Heath Ledger in The Joker and like just watch his reaction. Chronicles, yeah, that's a good word. Thank you. Hi, Leanne. So now is the time to ask your questions and I'll just pick people at random. Spirit will guide me to the ones that really need a message. So, hi, Rebecca. But questions really help me dictate which deck I'll use for you. I know Heath Ledger was amazing. Let's see if Leanne will get back with the X. Why am I drawn to this deck? I wouldn't normally use it, but hey, let's see what comes out. It's a really hard one to shuffle because look how fat it is. Angels and Spirit, what does Leanne need to see regarding Leanne and this relationship? Thank you, Mark. I'll see if I can pin that comment. Yep. Thank you. Ooh, there's still feelings there because the Roses card fell out and there's not that many love cards in this deck, which is surprising given how big it is. So look, there's still love there. Let's see. You've got the corset. Maybe there's a message in this about the need to keep it non-physical. Like, try and keep passion and physical intimacy out of it. Just comfortable with what he's really after. Okay, so let's see. What does Leanne need to see regarding this ex? Well, there's the breakup. You've got Jack and Diane. So this talks about a broken heart. Yeah, so be sure you're clear about what he's after before you get physical, okay, is what I'm getting. And what else? There is going to be a second chance because I'm seeing the Phoenix. So this talks about a resurrection. However, it is going to require some kind of sacrifice. So don't settle for less, okay? Don't put his needs above your own. Because part of this card is about martyrdom. See that? Do not put his needs above your own, because you're communicating to him then that, you know, you feel like he's above you, that he's more important, that his needs are more important, and that's only going to lead to a loss of respect. But I am seeing new beginnings. There's work to do, okay? Look, there's soulmates here. So I definitely see a strong connection between the two of you, but there's a risk of you repeating old patterns, okay? So you don't want to go back to old ways. Now, there's something here about finding fault. So one of you is a little bit critical of the other. You know, the whole point of a relationship is not to try to change the person that you fell in love with. So really think about whether you can accept them, warts and all, or if you can't, you know, really think about whether this is the right relationship for you. Okay? You know, is it worth fighting for? Because you've got a headache here. Now, I want you to manage your expectations. Just because there's going to be another opportunity to see if you could work things out, it's not set in stone. There's a lot of uncertainty here, all right? So reclaim your power, reclaim your independence. Don't communicate that you would do anything to get back with him, because again, that will lead to a loss of respect, and you'll have lost before you've even begun again, okay? You need to be strong and say, look, I'm willing to see if we could try again, but these are my conditions, right? And I hate saying that because I don't recommend ultimatums. Generally, they don't work. But again, you don't want to go round in circles repeating old patterns. But as we enter into Mercury retrograde, I do feel like you're going to hear from your ex. They're wanting you to keep strong boundaries intact, okay? So I hope that was helpful. Hi, Sandra. How you doing? Okay. All right, so Fiona wants to know, will she find love again? Let's have a look. I'm going to ask the why deck. Why did your previous marriages not work out? Sometimes we just chalk it up to failure, but it's not necessarily failure. Don't beat yourself up because you got it wrong the first 2 times. I even don't like saying that you got it wrong. You learned some valuable lessons. And look, you need to believe in miracles. You need to believe that it's possible to have that love again despite your past before it can be, before it can happen, because you were simply being prepared for the real deal. You're being prepared for a miracle. So I definitely see love in your future. Let's see what practical advice Spirit wants to bring through for you in terms of meeting this next person. What does Fiona need to see in terms of meeting her soulmate? What does Fiona need to see? They're saying take time to figure out what you want and take time for yourself and heal your past trauma before moving on, okay? You don't want to bring old emotional baggage into this new connection, okay? Because that wouldn't be fair to this other person or yourself. I hope that makes sense. Okay guys, go for it if you want to ask me a question. I didn't see your question, Rebecca. Not to say that it's not there, it's just I've been engrossed in other readings. All right, so I'll do a general message for you, Rebecca. What does Rebecca need to see, please? Hi, Iron Man. I didn't see your question. Can you repeat it for me? Thanks, Angelica. All right. What does Rebecca need to see? Okay, there's a strong message coming through for you, Rebecca, that you should go with the flow at the moment. Sometimes we struggle to trust that the universe has our back, and we try to control everything and control circumstances and people and relationships and outcomes. But Spirit is saying, let go for now and allow life to happen as it needs to, because you've got 3 cards about that. Okay, so let me read these out. You've got, when we stop trying to control events, they fall into a natural order, and we're at rest while a power much greater than us takes over and does a much better job than what we could have done. So instead of acting and trying so hard and forcing things, just allow, attract. Surrender is not weakness, it's powerful non-resistance. So they're saying now is not a time to force, influence, or control circumstances. Trust that you're being carried into your next phase of life and love, because you are in the process of changing who you are, where you live, how you live, and the very foundational principles on which you base your existence. So if you try and make things happen now, Spirit is saying it's not going to work because you're going through a period of transition, okay? So just go with the flow. I hope that was helpful. We've got Betty, is my ex coming back home again? All right, let's have a look just quickly, because I was going to do someone else. We've got Sunshine. We've got a few people wanting to reconcile. It's no coincidence given we're about to enter into Mercury retrograde. Oh, look, we've got 23 people in here and 23 likes. I'm seeing all these angel numbers, guys. Really weird. So if I don't get to you straight away, just keep asking your question, okay? Because it just helps me not have to scroll back all the time. So we're going to do Betty, is my ex coming back home again? All right. Let's have a look. Show me, what does Betty need to see regarding this ex? What does Betty need to see? No. I'm sorry, I know this is not what you probably want to hear, but Betty, I'm an honest reader, and I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you what all the cards have said, and there's 4 cards that fell out of the deck, okay? First of all, you got Justice in the reverse. So this is telling me that the connection is out of balance. Maybe you were doing all of the giving, and that means that the relationship kind of depleted you, you know, because relationships should be, you know, mutually satisfying and mutually beneficial, and there should be mutual give and take, all right? The Chariot in the reverse is telling me that the 2 of you probably weren't moving in the same direction, or you weren't like wanting the same thing. And so, because this is about direction in life, you can see the camel on the bike, and you've got the black cat and you've got the white cat. So this is you, this is your partner. You're just going in different directions. So that's why the relationship had to come to an end, or it had to come to a halt, okay? You got the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. There could have been someone that got in the way, like interfered in this connection, or if there wasn't a third party, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic third party, it could be a family member that didn't support the relationship, it could have been a job that your ex let kind of get in the way of your relationship. So I'm getting the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. It also means a lack of teamwork, a lack of cooperation. The 2 of you weren't playing as part of a team. It could have been like me versus you. And so you butt heads, right? But the 5 of Wands came out in the reverse as well. And Spirit is saying maybe this was for the best, because when we see the 5 of Wands in the reverse, it's saying you don't need drama. Don't entertain drama. Don't entertain something if it compromises your peace. Relationships should be adding value to your life. There should be more happiness than there is drama and chaos. And when there's more drama and chaos, it's just probably not worth the heartache, okay? So that's what I'm getting for you, Betty. Let's see, someone donated. Strawberry coconut. Will my ex? Everyone wants to know about exes tonight. It's, as I said, no coincidence because of Mercury retrograde. So let's do strawberry coconut. 111. Let's have a look. All right, angels and spirit, please show me, what does strawberry coconut 111 need to see about this ex? Now there's something, I'm feeling pain around my throat. So I don't know if you never got a chance to speak your truth when it comes to this connection. Maybe there's a bit of a throat chakra blockage going on. Sometimes journaling can help, sometimes singing or just confiding in a trusted friend can help unblock that throat chakra. Okay. Angels and spirit, please show me, what does strawberry coconut 111 need to see about this ex? We've got the Ace of Cups in the reverse. It's a lot of water under the bridge, let's put it that way. They're wanting you to move in a new direction. Sometimes it's easier to let go than to keep holding on to something, right? I feel like they're wanting you to move on because there's someone new here. With the Judgment card, yes, it can be a card about resurrection, so second chances. But in this particular case, I'm looking at the surrounding cards and I feel like the Judgment card is more about finality, okay? The angel, or in this particular deck, the raccoon is blowing the trumpet, representing the need for you to listen to what the universe is calling you to do. And I feel like it's calling for you to step in a new direction. With this Fool card, take a leap of faith into the unknown, because look what's waiting for you. Knight of Cups, a new person. And I know it's new because the very next card is the Ace of Pentacles. So they're wanting you to walk through that door, close the door to the ex, and keep walking along this path, because you've got something solid with a lot of potential awaiting you, okay? With the Nine of Cups in the reverse, it goes back to this Eight of Cups in the reverse. It wasn't destined for forever. This past person, there's a lot of empty cups, which means a lot of unfulfillment. The two of you were never going to find that complete 10 of Cups happily ever after. So that's why they're wanting you to move on from this person. And if you do have the courage, look at the bottom of the deck, you've got the Lovers, okay? So they're saying wipe away this ex, close the door. Five of Swords. Maybe this person was dishonest with you about why things came to an end. And so you're yearning for closure more than you're yearning for this person. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting. Definitely someone coming in, someone new. Page of Wands. Okay, they're wanting you to restore your confidence. I hope that was helpful. So we've got another question here. Can I get a quick love reading? Oh, hey, it's Daniel. I'm releasing stuff and feeling better and better. Amazing. All right, let's have a look at what you need to see. We're going to do this deck first. No, we're going to do this one. This is a newish deck. I don't know if I've used it on you before, Daniel. So let's see what you need to know. All right, angels and spirit, please show me. What does Daniel need to see when it comes to love? Now, my left ankle is kind of hurting. I don't know if, Daniel, you've injured your left ankle. Interesting what's coming out so far. Let me just get a couple more. All right, so the first message is, I don't chase potential, I respond to reality. So you might struggle when you meet someone you quite fancy. Instead of kind of responding to what they're telling you with their body, you know, body language, and what they're telling you verbally as well about what they're after, you might kind of see them through rose-colored glasses. You might see the potential in them, but maybe it confuses you about the actual compatibility between you and that person. So Spirit is wanting you not to chase potential, but instead respond to reality. And sometimes it just takes time, right? Because the next card says, I take space to see clearly. So rather than try to rush in, you know, and get swept up in the moment, pace yourself so you give yourself ample opportunity to get to know the person properly and assess whether there is enough chemistry, there's enough compatibility there. Okay, and whatever falls away was never stable. It wasn't meant for you to begin with, so no use getting hung up about it, getting disappointed about it, because the next card says what falls was never stable. Spirit is wanting you to choose alignment over attachment. So sometimes we get attached to the idea of a person because we find them really sexy, we find them alluring, we want them to like us, and so we end up projecting our desire onto that person, and we get attached to the idea of them choosing us when we're not really that compatible if we're honest with ourselves. So Spirit is saying choose alignment over attachment. Really assess whether that person's lifestyle fits with yours. You know, for example, it doesn't make sense if you're dating someone who, you know, with a view to long term, if you're dating someone who is a shift worker when you work 9 to 5, because you're going to be like ships passing through the night and you're not going to get that quality time. So really assess whether the two of you are on the same page, you're wanting the same things, you have compatible love languages, all of that. And then it's just a case of don't overgive, you know, just meet someone where they're at and let them kind of show you how interested they are as well, because the next card says, I move forward without abandoning myself. Check in with yourself. How does this person make me feel? Because sometimes when we decide we like someone, we're so obsessed with, you know, whether they are into us. So, okay, no, I'm not really feeling that good. This person's making me feel a little bit anxious, or this person's not making me feel desired, whatever it is. Okay, so make sure you do check in with yourself. And let me see timing, when you can expect your love life to improve. So this could be when you meet someone. Oh, we got March. Look at that. And I just want to get one more message from this deck. What does Daniel need to see when it comes to love? When it comes to love, what does Daniel need to see? Ooh, you've got someone coming in that might surprise you. There's something unexpected. You've got a card that says prepare for a plot twist. Life is infinitely stranger than anything the mind could invent. So don't try to think what this might be. It could be anything. It could be someone coming back in that you thought was never interested in you. It could be anything. So Spirit is saying prepare for a plot twist. There is change on the horizon for you. Okay? So I hope that was helpful. Hi, Kamala. Oh, thank you so much, Daniel. Okay, so Fonzie, the Gemini, spent time with the Scorpio. Let's see what's coming up for this connection. Do watch out, because I'm planning on doing a Scorpio love reading soon, which might help you with this situation. I'll try and do Gemini as well. All right, so what does Fonzie need to see regarding this connection with Scorpio? What does Fonzie need to see? Got realizations. The Tower in the reverse. This could be like epiphanies. Maybe you get clarity on what you're wanting and whether this is the right match for you. It could be a revelation of some kind, but important realizations are coming up. Got the Hierophant. This is good. I like this. This bodes well for a committed relationship, but it also asks you to assess, like I was saying to Daniel, assess whether the two of you have enough in common, because the Hierophant is about values, traditions, cultural beliefs, your spiritual path. It also talks about important things that you're meant to learn from this relationship. Maybe learn about what you're looking for in a relationship. Let's just see what else we can get for you. This ones you need to see regarding this connection. Oh, okay, we've got a couple of cards coming out here. Okay. You need to focus on yourself and let go of outcomes here. Does that make sense? Focus on yourself and let go of outcomes. I feel like with Scorpio, at the moment, Scorpio's thinking about what they're wanting on the long term, and they're making adjustments in terms of the people that they're willing to invest in. And I know that sounds like a no-brainer, like why wouldn't people do that? But I think Scorpio, like Aquarius, can be a little bit quirky, and we love very deeply, and we don't trust as easily as a lot of other signs. And so you could say we're a little bit more picky, we're a little bit more selective. But also people struggle to understand us. So maybe in the recent past, Scorpio has made the mistake of giving people a chance that they know aren't the right fit, but because they're obviously craving that love and connection, they might have made misaligned choices when it comes to love, but they're correcting that at the moment. I don't know if that resonates with you. Oh, me too, Isaac. I'm seeing all these angel numbers. Okay. Kamala, let me know if you have a question. Hey, Lydia. Okay. I'm going to get a message for Isaac. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. This is a love message. I'm saying your name wrong again tonight, but just, I'm going to blame Mercury tonight, okay? All right, let's have a look. Yes, I love these for you. You've got, I don't make promises in emotional fog. This seems like a typical Scorpio message right now, okay? We're being very measured, we're being very methodical when it comes to, in our approach to finding love. So you're not going to just enter anything lightly. You're going to be a lot more straightforward and direct with the next person that comes in, because you've got, I tell the truth and let it stand. And I feel like that's connected to what I was saying to you in the email the other day regarding karma. Karma is so strong in your energy right now. And as I was saying to you, what you put out will come back. So you can expect honesty so long as you are honest to a fault. When it comes to, romantic prospects, you've got, I belong to the life that I've built. So Spirit is saying, don't put your life on hold for the sake of building a romantic connection. Get on with what you want to get on with, you know, keep building your career, focus on your priorities. The right person is going to, you know, work with you. It's going to be a partnership. So, you know, don't let what you've built fall to the wayside. And you've got, I trust my step, even when the map isn't visible. Okay, hope that was helpful. Okay. Kamala says, I would love to know about my next step on life, please. I'm going to pull a card from the Time Traveler's Oracle. What does Kamala need to see, please? And Bernard says, is the Virgo behind my back? Okay, just bear with me. What's coming up for Kamala? Oh, you've got light. So I feel like you're stepping into a time of, let's say, brighter days ahead. So maybe you've been through a bit of a dark time. You can expect brighter days. Also, light represents clarity. Okay, so if you've been a little bit confused about your direction, if you've lacked a bit of focus, if you've allowed distractions to kind of rule the day, you're moving into a time of more clarity where you'll know what to do. And they're wanting you to be guided by your passions and be guided by your creative interests. Okay, so whatever lights you up, whatever lights you up, whatever inspires you, go in that direction. Okay, you know, rediscover your zest for life. Do what you need to do to be excited about the possibilities again. Okay, hope that was helpful. Thank you so much, Isaac. Appreciate you. Okay, so Bernard wants to know, okay, let's see who's behind your back. I'm going to ask for the star sign who's going behind your back. Who is the star sign that's going behind Bernard's back, please? Who's the star sign that's going behind Bernard's back? I'm seeing a Pisces. I'm going to just do one more shuffle. Show me clearly who's going behind Bernard's back, please. There is a Virgo, yes. But there could be 3 people working together, colluding, if you will. I'm seeing a Pisces, Aquarius, and a Virgo, so let me know. Iron Man, can you repeat your question again? Because I keep missing it. I haven't seen it, sorry. I do scroll back and try and find questions, but I think you're sending me on a wild goose chase. I can't find it. Nadine, is Nadine still here? When will I get my love and mating partner with whom I will start a family? Mating partner, that's a new one. Okay, all jokes aside, let's do some timing cards then. Nadine, you were asking about will you find love? I think I'll do you next. Show me when will Iron Man meet someone with future potential. You've got next new moon. Now, new moons are all about getting clear on what you want, setting your intentions and putting plans into action. So, and putting it out there to the universe. Almost like, you know, manifesting. When is the next? New moon. March 19 is the next new moon. And Spirit is saying it's important that you do this. Get clear and maybe write a list of things. Don't be too prescriptive, obviously, to help the universe conspire, to place you on the path of meeting the right person, because you have the power to create the timing by taking action. So what actions would, how can you basically meet the universe halfway? How could you help the universe place you on the right path? Do you need to go out more? Because your person's not going to just show up on your doorstep. What can you do? What practical things can you do? That's what they're wanting you to think about, okay? Okay, so back to Nadine. Nadine wants to know about, will I find love? Let's see what Spirit wants you to do, like practical steps. They want you to carry yourself, Nadine, in such a way that you feel loved by the people in your life. Do you know there's a difference between someone who feels unloved, someone who feels forgotten about, someone who feels invisible? The way that person walks down the street is going to be different to the way someone who feels appreciated and desirable, how they walk down the street. They're going to carry themselves differently. They're going to dress differently. They're going to look up at people differently. They're wanting you to carry yourself with more confidence and exude the energy of a person who knows that the universe loves them, their family loves them, their friends, their pets, their neighbors, their community. That's what they're wanting you to do. Because you're giving off a vibe right now that's a little bit repellent. Because when you think about it, you want to know the person that walks down the street with confidence. You don't really want to know the person that's shy and unsure of themselves. So they're wanting you to carry yourself in the way of the person that you would want to be friends with, that you would want to build a relationship with, okay? So think about all those things. And think about the stories that you're telling yourself. Stories like, I'll never meet my match, or no one appreciates me. Whatever stories you're telling yourself, you tell yourself bad things. Change your stories and see the good that can happen. Maybe you're always looking out for reasons why a person doesn't choose you, doesn't support you. It could be family members. You're always thinking that the world is against you. You need to change that, because you're going to be looking for evidence to prove that. I want you to turn that on its head and instead look for evidence that people see you, they appreciate you, they embrace you, okay? And that will be the difference between, meeting someone and not meeting someone. Okay, so quiet money will I open my business this year? I'm an April Aries. Let's have a look. Show me when quiet money will open their business. Sunshine, Leo, do you want to ask your question for me again? So as I was just thinking about this, the card fell out for quiet money. It's not a good time to launch in the immediate future because we're entering into Mercury retrograde. It's a time to refine your business idea. It's a time to really have a strong business plan, okay? So even though it's saying it's time to take a break, and you would think that they're saying rest, recuperate, take part in some leisure activities. You could be suffering from, creative block because you're overworking. What I'm getting more from that card is there's still some leg work that you need to do. There's still some planning work and strategy work that you need to do before launching this business. Okay, So let me see when. Yes, they're saying over the next couple of weeks, you need to focus on refining. Eliminate distractions. You've got whatever's wasting your time. You need to manage your time a little bit better, okay? I'm getting the month of May as being significant for you. Okay, so maybe when, so just after birthday season, Deep's done for. I'm a Capricorn. Should I pursue a regular career or chase the dream I've had for a while? I think you know the answer to that. But let me see what Spirit has for you. We're going to use this deck and also the animals. Here's your answer. It's worse to stay where one does not belong at all than to wander about lost for a while and looking for the soul tribe that one needs. Go where you're valued. So maybe you're feeling a little bit unappreciated, under-recognized, underpaid where you are. I feel like your ideas will be valued, but you've just got to take the leap of faith, right? There's no reward if there's no risk. Let's see what the animals say. Yeah, make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. Maybe you've got some negative Nancy's around you saying that that idea is never going to fly. You should just keep your job that pays the bills. They're saying exercise. Maybe you need to make sure you make sure you take half an hour a day to walk. Maybe you get some really good ideas when you're walking, okay? You clear your mind and it makes space for ideas to stick. Does that make sense? Now, okay, you're welcome. All right, so Dan wants to know, why am I drawn to Australia? Maybe I'll do the time traveler's deck for that one. What did I do with that deck? I just had it. Okay. I feel like, you know, where I cut the deck, Daniel, you've got playfulness. So I feel like maybe you like the laid back culture. Maybe you like, I mean, I'm seeing music festivals. Have you ever been to Byron Bay? I'm getting a Byron Bay. Maybe you've been to Byron Bay, or you've been drawn to Byron Bay because of the hippie kind of culture. I don't know, I think you're a free spirit and you feel an affinity to Australians who also have a free spirit that is spiritual. But I'm getting that you like the laid back culture. Yeah, the healing. I feel like maybe have you been here and then when you were here you had a really good experience and you felt like after, like as a result of being here, your spirits were lifted. You know, it was like a dark cloud was removed. Let me know if that makes sense. Thank you, Mark. Yay, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Yeah. Interesting. Guys, I think I am going to end it there because I'm getting a little bit tired. It's been a huge few days. I was at a destination wedding over the weekend and I'm just starting to deteriorate. So thank you all for joining. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you to Mark and Angelica. I appreciate you so much, and I'll be back again soon, guys. See you. Bye.